a lot of people ask me, they're like, Old School, you're always doing these super huge bands that have all this label backing and millions of fans and sold out shows around the world. Why don't you do more independent, small upstart bands? And I'm like, all right.
It's time for reaction. Welcome in. Old School Nerd.
Again, so welcome in. My name is Old School Nerd. I do reactions on YouTube, and today's Tuesday, and because so many of you have asked for it, I know that I'm always doing bands like Torrential Rain and Lucid Awakening and bands that everybody's heard of. I mean, they're all over the news. You can't go anywhere without seeing them everywhere. They're always winning Grammys and MTV Music Awards. Millions of records sold. And it's just they're out of control, right? So they were like, you should do some bands that are less known, and you should start checking them out. It's like, okay, cool, I can do that. So I was doing a little research, kind of digging kind of deep for some more obscure bands that a lot of people don't know about. And I ran across a small band. They're not well known. I think I don't even think if any of y'all have ever heard of this band, but it'll be interesting. Okay, not Night. I think it's Nightwish. Yeah, I think it's Nightwish. So anyway, this little upstart band. I don't even think they have any albums out yet. I don't even think they've even put any videos out yet. But they did this little live show. They went to this little village back in 2019 in South America. So they went to this little village. I think it's called like Buenos Aires or something. It's a little mountain village. And they just had like a few people show up, like maybe, I don't know, like 20 people show up for the show, and they played some songs. Now, from what I gather, the band is they're kind of loud and brash. Their musical styling is not necessarily organized. They just kind of play a lot of loud music, and it's all fast and heavy and doesn't have a lot of context. So we're gonna give it a shot and see what happens with that. And hopefully it'll turn out okay. I've never heard of them before. I don't see really any YouTube reactors doing videos to this band, probably because they've never heard of them either. And I'm afraid that if when I do release this, hopefully I know some of you will be loyal, and give me the thumbs up and watch it just because, you like me, but it won't be because, I might get like maybe 10, 20 views on this. So yeah. Yeah, everything I have said since I started the video to now is pretty much okay. So Nightwish played to 20,000 people in Buenos Aires in 2019. One of their best concerts. They were really free and flowing. Of course, we all miss Marco, but it's always fun to check this out. I have not done this song. It's one of the few songs of Nightwish that I haven't really delved into. So I'm really looking forward to. Some of you have asked for this one, so let's do it. This is I Want My Tears Back, live from the tiny village of Buenos Aires. I know, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I know.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
I know. That's why people hang out. All right, here we go. Look, Troy in the back. Now I remember, this is the concert where Flori Jansen took the wrong bag. She meant to take her luggage with her stage gear on, and instead she brought the bag that had all of her clothing that her and the drummer of Sabaton use on Valentine's Day. Look at the water vendors. Just hold the water above the crowd and hope to make it through. I think one of the reasons why this concert is really liked by a lot of people is because it's a South American crowd, and we know how South American crowds are. They're very interactive. They're very loud. They never shut the hell up, even to a point of disrespect. They will do soccer chants in the middle of a slow ballad just because they can. But it adds one of the most lively, energetic experiences for a rock performer. Rush, Megadeth, Journey, all these bands, they struggle in their careers at certain times, you know? And you see in all these documentaries, all these bands, they go do a tour of South America. They go to Sao Paulo, they go to Buenos Aires, and then they come back and they're like, holy crap. And they just take off. There's like 3 different, like if you listen to the Journey documentary where they find their new singer, the Rush documentary, which is Beyond the Lighted Stage, and the Megadeth video, all 3 of those bands, Dave Mustaine, Neil Peart, and of course the guys from Journey, all talked about how, you know, they were playing like little music festivals here and there, and they were just enjoying stuff. And then they went to their first time going to South America ever, and they were just like, holy crap, we totally missed out on this. So yeah, thumbs up to the South American crowds, man, making it real. What's funny is she's dancing like it's cool. What she doesn't realize is they're going, garter belts and stockings, garter belts and stock. Never mind. Look, Kai doing his thing. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah! All we wanted were some tears back, but we got a whole song with it.
Yeah. You want to hear a song? It's coming.
Now, I'm pretty sure. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And that happens a lot. He's not playing bagpipes, obviously. I do believe this is similar to the bagpipes, other than the fact it is just a squeeze bellows that you don't have to fill. It's it's kind of like a bellows that it kind of has, it fills itself. You just squeeze it. It's an Irish pipe. It's not like bagpipes are from Scotland. These kind are from Ireland. These have a tendency to be used a lot more other places. Germany, Denmark, France, Wales, and the Welsh people use these. The bagpipes themselves are uniquely Scottish, and because they have such a hard, chorusy, unless you're AC/DC or Feuerschwanz, you're not really playing these that often. Because bagpipes, let's be honest, bagpipes have a tendency to be more on the... for folk music, bagpipes would be safely described as the death metal for folk music because they're loud, they're annoying, they're uncontrollable, and you have no idea what's going to happen. And even if someone plays them beautifully, they're still loud and brash. It's really hard for someone to say, I'm going to play a soft lullaby with my bagpipes. It just doesn't work like that. They're Scottish. They're loud and brash. Now, I have seen someone play a version of this pipe here, these pipes here, where they are bagged. They're a bagpipe. There's a bellow bag, but instead of the multiple outlet horns, it's just the singular one, so it's not as brash and hard. And I have seen someone use a resonance dampener. You see them sometimes where it's like it's a plug that they put on the end of a trumpet when they want to do that belting sound but not blow a crowd out. And sometimes you'll see jazz musicians use their hand. Sometimes back in the day, if they couldn't afford an actual horn stop, they would use a toilet plunger, the rubber end. And to make that sound. Well, the guy that was playing this Irish pipe that I saw at a small coffee house, he was just playing these Celtic sounds. And on the end of the resonance horn that comes off of it, he had a resonance plug. And what he did was he custom made it. He had it machined where it fit exactly into the bell. And then what he did is to adjust the sound, he had holes drilled in it, right? And then if some of you from America, especially in America, you guys have seen the little smoke vents on the top of barbecue pits to allow either the flame to get hotter or dampen it by closing the vent. He had that. So he could adjust that to make it louder or dampen the sound more, depending upon what venue he was at. And this guy would just play these just hauntingly beautiful Celtic and just amazing piped, the bagpipe sound. Irish bagpipes, not Scottish bagpipes. And I was just captivated because when he turned the resonance slats all the way down, it was almost like he was whispering to you with that instrument. And I was sitting there, I was drinking a cup of coffee, and I was just like, dude, you should put out a CD so I could sleep to it. Because I was like, oh, it's so relaxing, I was like, you should play at a spa. Anyway, so this is Troy. In fact, this performance, I Want My Tears Back, from the Buenos Aires 2019 concert. This is the video that Tank the Tech did a reaction to a while back. And on his thumbnail it goes, I finally get to see Troy, because he was so excited that, he got this video really shows off Troy's abilities. Also, you could see he has he's got both whistles in the bag here. Of course, he's holding, Troy's got all kinds of stuff. I mean, I'm interested a lot of times. I will look it up. There are some performances where it's literally just Floor and Troy. Troy will be playing a mandolin or a guitar or a whistle, and him and Floor will duet. And some of those performances are just beautiful. Okay, it's enough kissing Troy's ass. Let's move on. Go, Kai. Oh, that was a bad stopping point, but okay, we'll go with that one. Miss you, Marco. Oh, by the way, for all those who are wondering, yes, that is Marco. He used to be the bass player of Nightwish. Technically, he still is. I mean, you know, he'll always be the bass player of Nightwish, and he's taking a sabbatical, taking a hiatus. He may come back, he may not. We don't know. He may just do like a UE medal and keep us hanging for 5 years. But for those who don't know, watch The Masked Singer Finland. The steampunk character, the one that wins the whole thing. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but he used to play bass for a band called Nightwish. Yes. Also, for those who are wondering, the bass player that is replacing Marco right now on tour and in all of their performances and upcoming stuff is actually the bass player from another band that a member of Nightwish actually plays with. A lot of people love Kai, of course. You know, Kai's a great drummer. Of course, Juka's still with the band. He just works behind the scenes with production and stuff and arrangement and more in a support role now. But Kai actually is the drummer for a band called Winter Sun. If you've never seen Winter Sun, check it out, because the bass player of Winter Sun is now working as the bass player for Nightwish. Why? It works. Your rhythm section is already tight because the drummer and the bass player are already familiar with each other, and it makes it a lot easier for the transition. In Nightwish, Kai has to kind of stick to the arrangements and the progression of the songs and the storytelling of Nightwish, which is pretty much straightforward, except for little parts where he gets to really shine a little bit. In Winter Sun, Kai really gets to throw it out. I mean, he really gets to go off. So do yourself a favor. In my channel, go to the search bar at the top, type in Winter Sun, and I did a reaction to them doing a live studio performance, one of their rehearsals, and Kai goes off. Like, I thought he was gonna. I really actually said I thought the drums were gonna lift up off the ground and float because he was going that fast. Just a thought. And I may have stopped it for that. I may have just stopped it just because I wanted to see Floor just like this. By the way, I still want to see this band live. I still want to. I've seen all their live concert videos. I to this day, the one in Tampere, I watch it all the time. It's one of my favorite ones. Marco's The Islander is still one of my favorite songs, period. Wait, what did she say? I know she said, Argentina, show us your moves. That's not what it sounded like. Did you hear that? And look, Impu's excited, like, wait, they're going to show us their boobs? This isn't a Steel Panther concert. What's wrong with y'all?
What's the trust of the cheeks?
this where she goes off and tells them to show them their boobs again? She's spending way too much time hanging out with Sabaton and Steel Panther is what I'm saying.
Coming next. So get ready to dance, to jump, move around. Oh, it ain't over yet. Come on. Dancing, jumping. I want some scream on
It's really good. That's pretty cool, man.
We were dancing! Oh! The whole venue was dancing. What a sight!
You told them to. You said, everyone out there, get ready to dance and jump. It's Buenos Aires. You don't have to tell them twice. All right, everybody. As you can see, that was Nightwish. Amazing performance of I Want My Tears Back, a song I haven't checked out, and I wish I would have before because Troy really shines in this one. I enjoy it. Troy's probably my second favorite member of the band creatively. It's hard to touch Tuomas because of the amount of songwriting, storytelling, and arrangement he does, you know. But I just really love that folk feeling and that extra little texture that Troy and all of his different instruments give the songs and the band. I think it's great. All right, well, okay, there you go. A little band called Nightwish playing a tiny little show in a village called Buenos Aires back in 2019. My name is Old School Nerd, of course, and we'll see you on the What the hell was that?